Studying abroad is not just about academia, jobs, and careers, but much more, like being independent, personality development, making friends globally, learning about different cultures, traveling, and many more enriching, unforgettable experiences. Hook on to our episodes of Student Spotlight and get fruitful insights about our students who share their beautiful journeys with you. In today's episode, we have Shashank from Bangalore, who's currently serving as the Community Living Officer at the Brunel Student Union, a full-time paid role he took up as a part of his placement year while studying BSc Economics and Business Finance at Brunel. During his schooling, Shashank experienced a mix of CBSE, IGCSE and IB boards. As he moves on to his final year after completing his placement with the Student Union, let's get some insights about student politics and his achievements so far. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Student Spotlight. I am in Brunel University. I'm here with Shashank, who's the current sabbatical officer. His journey is quite different to other students doing undergrad, cumulatively on a 5-year course, right? So let's hear his story from him. Let's begin with your story right from your school.
So basically, I started at a CBSE school, starting from grade 1 up to grade 6. And then I moved to an international school for greater exposure and with the aim of coming abroad to study. So from 6th grade to the 8th grade, I studied with a Cambridge affiliated course. And then 9th and 10th, I moved on to do IGCSEs. From my IGCSEs, I continued on to the same school to study IB, where I had higher level subjects as computer science, economics, and business. And my standard level were a second language, English, and math. Then went on to apply for universities all over the world, actually. Some in the US, some in the Middle East, and some in the UK. Finally ended up in the UK in Brunel University.
Okay.
That's been my journey.
Great. So what made you choose UK as such over other destinations?
So basically, it was the visa regulation. So just then, I think the UK had brought around the scheme of providing post-study work visa. I think that was one of the main attractions, and the fact that it's much closer to India than the US or any other country for that matter. So within the UK, I think London also was a big attracting factor for me. But yeah, these were the main ones.
Okay. What universities did you apply for?
So I applied to a couple on UCAS, which were Brunel, Bristol City, Leeds, Exeter, one more university which I can't remember the name of. But these were the universities I applied through UCAS, and I also did apply through direct university portals as well for other foundation courses.
Why how were your grades in your A levels?
So because of COVID, my board exams were cancelled for the 12th grade. So I did get a predictive grade, and since most universities had a condition on my offer, Brunel was one of the only ones that I met the condition. So, and that's how I chose my universities as well, based on my grades.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. So now let's talk a little bit more about your course. You mentioned that it stretches up to 5 years,
Yeah.
right? So can you tell me how?
Yeah, of course. So basically, with my 12 standard grades, I had to do a foundation, which would help me go on to my bachelor's. And I was also very interested in getting some work experience before graduating. So I chose a course called Integrated Foundation with Placement. Fits quite well into my bachelor's degree. So my foundation is right before my bachelor's, which is year 0. Then I go on to do my year 1, then year 2. And right after my year 2 is where I start my placement year. And that's going to be a 12-month long course of work experience wherever you do get placed. And after that, you move on to year 3. That adds up to a whole 5 years of this course.
Okay, nice. And your course title is also very interesting,
Yeah,
right? So why this, and what does it have?
Yeah, of course. So it's Economics and Business Finance, BSc. So economics is the theoretical part. And there were a few additions that I could do with economics. There were a few options like business finance, which is what I'm doing. There was accounting, there was marketing. So the reason I chose to do business finance is because it's not too numerical, but it's not too theoretical. So it allows me to go into the business world as well. It allows me to go into the economic consulting analysis type of world as well, which is why I thought that would be a good addition to my just purely theoretical economic course.
In final year, what kind of modules do you have?
So it's mostly it moves on from theoretical stuff like micro and macroeconomics onto a little more mathematical stuff.
Okay.
Like we have econometrics and we have higher level of economic theory studies. And yeah, so these are the ones that are usually in final year. And with the dissertation, you can of course work on any project that you would like to.
I get it. So tell me about the placement year, right? So
Yeah.
you are the sabbatical officer. Is that what you chose?
So during my second year, I was applying for placements, and this caught my attention as I was already involved with the union from my first year of Brunel. So it caught my attention as to how students get to represent other students, and how you get to do so much work for the students currently that are studying, enhance their experience, study wise, non-academic wise, whatever way it is. So I thought, why not take it a step higher? And there were elections about March, which is a 2-day process of students coming in and voting and campaigning. So went through all of that, put in a lot of hard work, and we succeeded in winning this position. So I continued on to starting it in July. And it's been so amazing since then. I've been attending such high level university meetings, going to governing bodies and explaining student concerns, organizing all kinds of events for students, making the campus better, planning the future of this campus, and dealing with change in demographics, allowing for every single group that is in the university to be represented equally. So yeah, it's been amazing, and I have 2 or 3 months left, so I hope to finish off at a very high note.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice. What do you get out of the role, right? Any qualities, any specific things that?
Of course, I got to do so many things that I would never ever imagine. I got to interview people that were much above my pay grade. I got to meet people that have been marvels in their industry. I got to meet one of the best economists, best geographists, people that work in such high positions at TFL, and you get to make a lot of new connections. You get to explain what it's like to be a student in this day and age, and I got to learn so many leadership skills. You learn how to publicly speak. You learn how to speak in front of a camera. You learn multiple skills that you never thought you would ever learn in a normal job. So yeah, it's been truly amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
And how does the student union run? It's separate to the university, right?
Yeah, of course. So the student union is a charity by itself. It's a non-profitable organization. So the whole aim of a student union is to make sure uh, that the students are well, and basically for their well-being, and any problems that they face with the university, they should be able to freely come to the union and protest or fight against the university's decisions. So let's say that you have any type of issues with your financial issues, the union is here to help you. You have issues with your course, the union is here to help you against that with the university. Any type of hardship you face, it's someone that understands what you're going through without actually being from the university. So the union is just here for the well-being of the students, and all the extracurricular stuff, sports, activities, societies, clubs are all run from the union.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so your role is a 1 year role.
It's 12 months.
Okay, and it's a paid position.
Yeah.
How many other officers do you all have?
So we have 4 paid full-time officers. So one for each college. One will be College of Business, Arts and Social Science, College of Health, Medicals, and College of Engineering and Department. And we have the fourth one, which is me, which is Community Living. So basically, that is everything that's non-academic. So clubs come under my representation, sports, societies, and accommodation issues, security issues, anything that is not academic, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So how is your day like? Is it busy? You have a lot of scheduled meetings.
Yeah, of course. So we have recurring meetings every week that are almost there every day. So we take out a day to speak about campus issues. We take a day to help students that are in hardship financially. We take out a day to organize events. So there are recurring events as well. And as the seasons pass, we have different issues like as exams get over, we're helping more students that have faced issues during their exams. As it's break time, we help students that are facing issues with being away from home during such a lonely time. So it's always different type of work, but it keeps changing.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So tell me more about Brunel and the students, right? I understand it's a big university.
Yeah.
How many students are there? How many out of which, how many are Indian or international? Do you have a breakdown?
Yeah, of course. So Brunel is one of the most diverse universities, one of the top most diverse universities. And we have over 50%, just over 50% of our students are international.
Okay.
And our home students are just over 40%. So we are a very international university, and we attract students mostly from Southeast Asia. So we have about 4,000 Indian students studying with
Wow.
us. Yeah, and we have around 2,000 plus Pakistani students studying with us, about 1,000 odd Bangladeshi students studying with us. So we're a very diversely cultural university, and I think that's what makes Brunel so special. You get to meet someone from all over the world at Brunel. So
Right.
yeah.
And I hear a lot of students I've met, they stay on campus, which doesn't happen in most of the London universities.
Yeah, so Brunel being one of the only campus universities, they do offer about 4,500 rooms on campus.
Wow.
Yeah, and most first year, actually all first year students are guaranteed accommodation on campus. So if you're an international student and you're coming to the UK for the first time and you get into Brunel, you will be guaranteed accommodation. And after that, it's based on availability. But of course, as soon as you come here, you feel a warm welcome from Brunel, and you have a place to stay at the moment you enter London. So
Right.
yeah,
And I see the accommodation prices are quite reasonable compared to what one pays in London,
yeah,
even despite of the huge inflation spike we've had.
yeah. I mean, Brunel has only increased its accommodation fees by 7% from last year to this year. And with Brunel residences and accommodation, they don't actually aim to make a profit. They aim to just take care of students and provide a space for them to stay without any trouble. So, yeah, it's pretty cost to cost. And it's one of the most reasonable places to stay in London, I would say, Uxbridge. And it's in zone 6 of London as well. So it's relatively cheaper, yeah.
Right, I get
Yeah.
it. Tell me more about your campus here.
Yeah.
What all do you have, and why is Brunel so different?
Of course, yeah. So we have a very huge sports park at the front end of our campus. We have um, we have multiple pitches. We have multiple 100-meter sprint tracks. We have a netball hall. We have a multi-use indoor pitch, and we have an indoor gym. We have outdoor gyms, and then there is also actually a river running through Brunel, starting from the front end, and multiple halls of residences, of course, throughout the